You're coming from a long ways away.
See, it's a very stable board. Like, I can lean to one side and it's pretty stable, so I mean, it's definitely stable enough for fishing. It's quick to set up. I mean, you know, relatively, you know, as you've seen, you know, it doesn't take all that long to get it, you know, inflated. I think the longest part is getting it up to, you know, above 10 psi. Okay, now the bee's crawling to the front of the board, and if it jumps off, then it's definitely gonna drown. So I'm going to let it a tree over there. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's easy to transport, it's light, which is really nice. It's stable, it tracks well, handle's super comfortable. The only thing it is that this joint here, this one bends a bit, and that causes, you know, it is a bit worrisome when putting the power down. Where'd we go? Is that flying off? I can't tell. But yeah, so. Oh wait, okay. I tried to save the bee, but it's not moving anymore. It flew off or something. Yeah. So setup time's like 15 minutes. It's super easy to carry to the water, even with one person. With these latch points, you can attach a chair, like a beach chair, and you can turn it into a kayak. That paddle that I was using was literally just a broomstick and 2 fins that were from, I think, some oars from like a cheap inflatable raft. So I mean, you don't need much of a kayak paddle for it to work. But yeah, so it's good as a kayak, a fishing SUP, and yeah, that's great. You know, it can fit 2 people, no problem. It's actually what we've been doing. We've been, you know, going up and down the river. We're both on the board. Oh, it's a piece of meat. Random. So yeah, it's a really nice board. I'm like, I think 5'8", 5'9", and I have this board set to 6'9". Nice. So, you know, I guess it's supposed to be like a foot taller than you are. That's what I heard. I'm not exactly sure if that's true, but it seems to be working. And with my pedaling technique, I can pedal on one side for basically the entire time and it tracks straight. With that fin on, it definitely does. You really need to refine your pedaling technique if you were going to take the fin off for shallower waters, but all the stuff here in this part of the river, at least, is deep enough. And the only problem I've ever had with this is the fin box. There's these like 2 little like sharp bits at the end of it, which, you know, it just where you slide in the fin. Those they bend really easily, so if you don't put the fin in right the first time, they're gonna bend down and you have to bend them back up, which is nearly impossible with your fingers. I just use the clip thing for the fin to do it, because that's easy. But I like, if you get this board, I'd say just like chop those off, like get a pair of like side snips or something and just cut them off. They're not useful at all and they're just a hindrance. But since we want the warranty on this thing, just in case we're not going to do that. It's just a bit of extra hassle when you're setting it up, but I mean that's really it. Yeah. So I mean, as far as efficiency goes, I mean it's a recreational kayak, so it's designed for stuff like this. Not designed to be super efficient. What? Which one beeped? Oh, okay. My other camera just said that it's full. Oh well. But yeah, so yeah, it's not the most efficient. It is. They do have an 11.6 or something size board. This is the 10.6. So they do have a longer, probably better for touring or long distance, straight paddling version of the Breeze. But this is the smaller one because we're in a river, so don't need a lot of speed, but we need more maneuverability. But yeah, so it's a good boat. There's just crawdads everywhere in this river. Some big, some small, some fish, ducks. But it is getting lower. And one thing that I've done is I can move forward on the board for more straight tracking. More straight tracking and speed. Want a scrub J fight here. So I'm basically tracking straight, even though I'm paddling on one side, which is I am using my straight paddling technique, trademarked. Cool bird. But if you want more maneuverability, this is in line with all paddleboards. You just move yourself to the back. I find that for a good mix of both, I just stand my heels past the center grab handle, so or around it, like slightly in front of the grab handle, and that gives me good tracking and maneuverability. So at high speeds, the front end does kick up a lot of water. So How was that?
That was fun. It was actually really fun.
No, I'm not gonna get